Hey gang, welcome back. We are starting our series on Charlie Chaplin, his mutual comedies. There are 12 in the set. I'm going from top to bottom in the set. Ian's going from bottom to top. We're going to be reviewing or taking a look at these. This is a set that I bought from Flicker Alley a couple years ago. That stinking light off here. There we go. Very nice set. It is DVD and Blu-ray. Comes in this nice tin set, steel box looking thing. Also comes with this very nice booklet that has a ton of information about every short. It has, who's in it, who did it, little backstory about him, and each short that's in it gives a lot of info on that. So we got there, and we have this beautiful picture in the back. So there it is. First one on my list to watch is, get it open here. Sorry. From 1916, The Floor Walker. Basically, it's a story about embezzlement. And just happens to be that Chaplin looks a lot like the floor walker, which is, in essence, the guy that walks around and makes sure people's not shoving shit in their pockets. That's how I came to think of what this guy is. But they look an awful lot alike. Same mustache, same hat, same suit. Of course, the floor walker is much more kept than the tramp is. We have the big burly boss that's in a lot of Chaplin's films. I can't remember how many films he played it, but in that time and age, he was a really big guy. He was like, 6'4", 300 pounds. He was a really, really big guy, and Chaplin, being a small person, of course, made it even funnier and better. So we have him. He's trying to embezzle money, but he needs the help of his floor walker, and the floor walker is not such a nice guy either, blah, blah, blah. Gets through that. Him and Chaplin look alike. He gets an idea, haha, I'm going to trick people into thinking he's me. And it goes like that. Lots of hijinks, lots of Chaplin running around, knocking stuff off. There's a really funny part where he's got a counter of items, and he's like, just using them as an everyday thing, brushing his teeth, or whatever kind of stuff. It's just like the tramp would do, The funniest part about this whole short, except for, the whole look-alike thing, there is, of course, something, the mirror, which is used in a lot of films for comedy, where you see somebody that looks like you, and then the other person mimics what you do, and it's just so funny, and they do it perfectly. Of course, Chaplin's timing is, impeccable. Nobody's ever going to touch this guy as far as comedy, as far as I'm concerned, anyway. But the funniest part about this, and it was the first time that it had ever been used, and there were people that I had read, other comedians of the time and things like, why didn't we think of that? And let me see what they actually called it. The running staircase. We know it as an escalator, but the staircase is like an escalator, but at the bottom and top it has a switch that goes up, and then you can come down instead of having two things. And all of the comedy that they use on that is just so brilliant and just so funny that it's not even, it's not even, you just have to watch it. It is so crazy watching them, fall up the stairs, and then there's a chase scene down the stairs where he's trying to catch Chaplin, and it's just kind of like the same speed. And Chaplin 4 or 5 times in the beginning of this, before anything crazy like happens, walks by it and hits the running thing, and flies, you know, just a little bit to the left or right, whichever direction he's going, and it's hilarious. But yeah, these shorts are so funny compared to anything today. I can't put anything today against Chaplin and say, yeah, that's funnier. There's no way. This comedic timing and probably improv, you know, I'm sure some of it wasn't, but, you know, just the way that he made all of this happen without dialogue. There's no need for a dick or a fart joke. There's no need for degrading somebody, which I think's funny sometimes too. But there's no need for any of that to try to make it funny. Just comedy. Just fall down Steve Martin style. Well, it's Chaplin style, but Steve Martin was very good at this. This physical comedy, and Chaplin takes the cake, man. He's just so funny. So I hope you enjoy these. I don't know if there's any. It's released on May 15th, 1916. It was his first of the mutual comedies. Floorwalker has none of the pathos, romance, or irony of the best Chaplin mutuals. Yeah, it's the first one. It's one that a lot of people that I've read about and stuff, read that people had talked about, was not near their favorite one. I've seen most of these anyway. I think I've seen them all. And it's definitely not my favorite, but it does have one of my favorite gags, and that is the escalator. I think that was genius. There is, let me think of my favorite one here, and I'll get to it. I'm not going to say what it is, but yeah, there's two that, which they're all great, but there's two that really stick out in my head in here, and I can't wait to get to them. I'll go ahead and tell you, the pawn shop and the rink are two of my absolute favorite shorts, and we'll get to them in time. But until then, we'll just finish this up by saying Chaplin's the greatest, always will be the greatest. So, there's, oh, anyway, that's what I was going to do, tell you the names. Floorwalker, the fireman, the vagabond, 1 a.m., the count, the pawn shop, behind the screen, the rink, Easy Street, the cure, the immigrant, and the adventurer are what are in the set. So, till next week, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of Chaplin, and specifically the Floorwalker. So, till next time, guys. Later.